things can go wrong.
The most celebrated event in Chiang Mai, Thailand.
The lanterns of fire taking off into the sky.
Because I'm not trying to have all my hair singed off tonight.
It's just right here in the street, so. The camera I just found had ash on it.
We can't tell where the fire's coming from. Yeah, it seems bad.
The rules are very loose.
Kind of turning into a little bit of madness.
There's people living in there.
We're continuing on through the chaos.
We are at probably the most celebrated event in Chiang Mai, Thailand for the entire year. So this is currently the celebration of both Loi Krathong and Yiping. Yiping is celebrated by releasing these lanterns on fire into the air, and Loi Krathong is celebrated by sending these krathongs, which are these baskets made of banana leaves and flowers and offerings, into the river, also usually with incense or a candle burning from them as well. So this happens over a 3-day period. This is day number 2, which falls on November 11th this year. And the dates change each year because it's celebrated on the full moon of the 12th month of the Thai lunar calendar. So the dates do differ a bit. This year it's the 10th, 11th, and 12th. So right now, I think that tonight is the biggest night. Right now we can see a lot of lanterns being floated off in the distance where the Peng River is. That's actually where we're headed to now. We're currently at the Top High Gate where there's a Mr. and Mrs. Yiping contest going on stage, and we are just surrounded by lanterns. For the last week or so, we've been seeing the entire city get ready for this event with all the shops, all the restaurants just putting up lanterns, and then of course the temples as well, decorated with lanterns and lights. We have a monk ceremony at one of the temples that's going on tonight where there's lots of chanting, lighting of candles, and releasing of lanterns there as well. So the event is just totally packed. We had a parade last night. There's just so much going on. We're gonna make our way to the Peng River now so that we can maybe release our own krathongs, but if we don't, then we'll at least get to see people releasing theirs as well. And we're already, like I said, seeing lanterns in the sky. So let's go ahead and go there. And this is a place where the monks at this temple put put on a ceremony with candles and lanterns, and as you can hear, a lot of chanting. So we've actually been standing in this crowd for about an hour. There's construction going on at this temple, and so we were unsure if, since there was construction, whether or not the ceremony would be going on, and we could not find any confirmation or denial about whether it was still ongoing. But we grabbed here, and it is still going on, thankfully, so we did get to catch a glimpse, but it has been so packed that we have not been able to get close at all. This is probably the thinnest the crowd has been so far, and it's still pretty packed, but we were like, this whole area was just surrounded with people, so we could barely get any good glimpses of the monks, but we can hear them really well, so that's good. Next, we're going to start making our way to the Peng River to see the Krathongs be floated off. Yeah, so we need to turn here and then take our first right and go straight down. Turn here. Turn left here and then, yeah. But,
not close enough yet to get the camera to pick it up, but we're heading in the direction of, I would say, thousands of cameras and or thousands of lanterns. So far as there's people everywhere, and there's lanterns all in the sky, all on the ground. Everywhere you look, you see lanterns. Just behind me, they have this huge stage set up, and usually all of this is like empty just on regular days. But they've got all these lanterns set up that you can see behind me, and then also on this side, there's all these men on the stage now. But basically, this is the Mr. and Mrs. Yiping contest.
I've been down here forever, watching the pageant or whatever that is. I don't know what that is.
Mr. and Mrs. Yiping contest.
Yiping, okay. I don't know how they judge that.
Every time we go out, it's hard for me to find a bathroom if we're just walking around. So the best place that I've found, which is right behind me, is Starbucks, and you can kind of slip in there without having to worry about paying anything, and that's what I'm gonna do now. All right, we have about a 15-minute walk ahead of us. In the distance, you can see all of the lanterns. At least, I'd say thousands still just floating up and into the air. I don't know.
As you can see, there's lots and lots of lanterns being released on over there, and that is exactly where we're headed, to the Peng River. So I think that there's lots of people releasing right over there.
So we are stopping our trek to get to the river to get a snack.
Mango ice cream. All they had left was mango and coconut. They were out of lemon, durian, all the rest of it.
I ordered lemon to start with, but they were out of that, so now I'm getting coconut. I would have gotten durian.
2 coconut ice pops. Did you tell how we've seen everybody walking down the street getting them?
I've never tried
No.
On our whole trek down this street, everybody was like on the way with these. So we saw a little guy with a stand selling them and decided to try them out for 10 baht.
Which is about 33 cents.
Yes. So we just finished our sticks of ice cream, and we can see kind of in the back where they're releasing the lanterns, so we're getting close. we're making our way right to where they're releasing the lanterns, and as we're walking, it's already pure chaos, but this road isn't even shut down, so there's like cars that are just blowing by us, tuk-tuks, motorcycles, everything, with fire going on around us at the same time. So we're about to head into the madness even further, so we're gonna have to be really careful because I'm not trying to have all my hair singed off tonight.
That right there goes to show you how things can go wrong. That's fine. All right, we basically made it. It's just right here in the street, so we're gonna walk through, and we've got trucks and scooters and people and lanterns of fire taking off into the sky. This is one of the things that I like about Thailand and Southeast Asia in general. The rules are very loose.
Lots of smoke, and we can't tell where the fire's coming from, and then we just started hearing a bunch of sirens. Yeah, it seems bad. And now a lot of people
Yeah, it's right there, the ambulance.
are coming by, and it's kind of turning into a little bit of madness with people all rushing. Here, everyone's releasing the lanterns. Lots of them have caught on fire and kind of disintegrated, but just now a lot of smoke just started like coming down the street really quickly. You couldn't tell the source exactly. On top of the building, you can see a little bit of smoke. I'm not sure if that's the source, but sirens started coming down the road, and everyone kind of started stampeding this way a little bit.
There's people living in there.
They're putting it out very quickly. So that's one answer to the issue, is that it looks like they're monitoring and they take care of it pretty quickly.
I was serious because as I was in the middle of saying exactly what was happening, we could hear the sirens, and then the fire truck pulled right up, let out its hose, and started putting out whatever the source of the fire was. Well, we know the source, it was a lantern, right? But we couldn't tell exactly where it was coming from, and then we saw it. And they were here within like 30 seconds, so they saved the day. Everybody applauded after they put it out. It was good.
Okay. We're continuing on through the chaos.
I still can't get over the fact that cars are coming down this road simultaneously.
I mean, imagine the fact that that fire truck got down through here so fast.
Yeah.
There's so many people. I'm not, like, the fact that that fire truck was able to jet down here so quickly and then take care of that was pretty impressive.
So after about a 30-minute walk, we're finally at the Narawat Bridge. And so in addition to the lanterns continuing to be let off here, then we should also be able to see the Krathongs being released into the river as well. We will see. off like right in the center of the bridge. This is like serious madness. This is insane. So crowded, so much fire, so many fireworks, and I'm losing my grandmother.
A lot of stuff going on. You really do have to like watch out, because sometimes when they try to lift them off, it fails, and like you have this flame that can just go right by your head, so you have to be alert.
I'm keeping my hair bundled up in my hand because I'm afraid I'm gonna have it burnt off.
For like an hour.
We finally made it to the river, and now we are just overlooking the Peng River now. We can see all the Krathongs that have been set loose into the river flowing downstream, and we can actually see a lot of people on the banks of the river still releasing the Krathongs into the water. A lot of them are still lit, and then a lot of them are not lit anymore either, and just have the offerings left without the candles on them. But here on the bridge, they're shooting fireworks off in all directions, including just like right here, just on the bridge without like going into the river. So it feels a little bit dangerous, in addition to the flying flames of lanterns all around our heads at the same time. But yeah, we made it. This is what it's about, the floating lanterns and the sky lanterns, and we definitely have a bunch of this going on right now. So we made our way across the bridge to the other side. Now we're on the bank of the river, and just as far as we can see, people are down on these bamboo docks and just releasing their Krathongs into the water. And there's actually a guy on this dock right here who is, as the Krathongs are coming downstream, like picking all of the coins out of the Krathongs themselves, because people typically do put coins, which are bought, the Thai currency, into the Krathongs for as part of their offerings and well wishes for their own good fortune.
I saw paper money in there too.
Oh, and Chris saw some paper money in there as well, so higher valued money. But there's a guy here actually like taking all the coins as they come down, but I did read beforehand that that was actually like pretty acceptable for people who are less fortunate or in need, that it's kind of just acceptable for them to be you know, waiting downstream as the baskets come by, and that they're able to take the offering from them without being looked down upon for it. So if you are from Thailand, and if that is correct, then let us know in the comments, because I just saw that on one forum, so I'm not quite sure. It does look pretty acceptable because no one's complaining about it or anything like that. And it's like midnight right now, and the area that we're at on the banks has just got this, looks like night market selling food as far as we can see as well. So we just went and we got a few things because we were really hungry. It doesn't seem to really be slowing down that much. The crowds may have been just a little bit, but it's still pretty crazy, as you can hear from all the fireworks, and there's still lanterns being set off. I think that you can only legally release your lanterns until 1 a.m. I think I read that, but we'll see. For now, we're gonna go ahead and close this one out and get ready to go home, and we'll see you in the next one.